Welcome to Kat's Creations live on Friday night. We're a little bit early, so I'm just going to give people time to kind of load in. It's like 4:59, so it depends on what you set your clock to. Tonight we are going to be doing monsters two ways. Sounds like a bizarre Halloween cooking show, but I'm going to teach you how to make the monster behind me, and then we're also going to be doing a monster out of tulle. So monsters done two different ways. So let me go over the materials list. So it's your choice. You can either choose, and I think I was looking at Hobby Lobby today because I went over to Hobby Lobby and realized I didn't have enough wreath forms. So you can do 12-inch or 14-inch. It's not really 14 inches, like 13.8 inches. That's what that one is too. Steve's looking at the other one. They're like these. So 13.8 inch. I chose to do the round ones. It's a little bit easier, especially when doing the tulle. So these run anywhere from between like $6.49 or $6.99 for the 12-inch, and then it's $7.49 for the 13.8 inch one. And you can get them in white and green. Joann's, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, they all sell them. So apply your coupons as needed. You'll also need, let's see, for the one on the back, which we're going to do last because it's the most messiest, you will need a 1/4 yard of fun fur of your choice. Now it's but ours only had, I think, 3 or 4. They had a white, they had a black, they had the blue, which we're going to do tonight, and then they have the one on the door behind me, which is pink and orange striped. So all you need is a 1/4 yard, and that will get enough to do up to a 13.8 inch, which is, let's just call it 14. If you do the 12-inch, you'll have a lot left over, so you can probably easily get close to 4 out of the 1/4 yard of fun fur if you use the 12-inch foam, the smooth foam wreath forms. You will also need floral pins. You can get those anywhere at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's. I order mine in bulk because I use them for a wide variety of things. So this is from Amazon. So it's just like a box of 2,000 floral pins. So I'm pretty much set for pretty much life. And then styrofoam balls. You can use plastic ping pong balls. I know Dollar Tree has some that they come out with in the fall, like Halloween time, but they're a little bit smaller than what you want. These ones are close to 2 inch, and they're the smooth foam balls. So you can do a wide variety of different things. I personally think that this is a great project to do with the kids, to get the kids involved, because they can totally personalize it and make it their own. So these...
even students, right? That'd be awesome to do in the classroom.
Yeah, I mean, it's entirely up to you. I just was always looking for fun things for kids to do. This is amazing. So that takes care of, the only thing that you need for the fun fur is smooth wreath form, 2 smooth styrofoam balls. These are like 1.9 inch, basically so 2 inches. Right. And markers or paint to color your eyeballs,
Sharpies,
toothpicks, and floral pins. That's all you need to do the fun fur one. So let me say hi to the people that are joining before I go on to the materials list for the tulle one.
Yep, Angie, Amber, Brenda, Debbie, Peggy, Dawn, Tracy, Linda, another Dawn, Kathy, Teresa, Sandra, Audrey, Karen, Julie, and that's it so far.
Okay, cool. So both of these, the materials cost should stay under about $15 total. It just depends on how you apply your coupons. The tulle one is probably going to be the most time consuming because you have so much materials to prep, and then it's just a matter of tying everything onto the form. So to do the tulle one, you're going to need, again, your choice of 12 or 14 inch. You will need 100 yards of tulle. So if you get it like this in the 6 inch, Joann's has these on sale this week in a wide variety of different colors. So they had like dark blue, a sky blue, a teal, a hot pink. They had like virtually a whole end cap filled with these in colors, and they're $2.50 each. Now each of these rolls is 25 yards, so depending upon your color combination, you will only need 4 rolls of the tulle. And then again, same thing, you'll need 2 styrofoam eyes if you want to. If you want to do 4 eyes or 3 eyes or 1 eyes, it's entirely up to you. That's, you know, where you kind of get creative and let your kids go wild. Let's see, what else do I need? Just tulle, that. You don't even need the floral pens. Toothpicks for the tulle one, and that's it. So 100 yards of tulle, a 12 or 14 inch wreath form, 2, 3, or 4 styrofoam balls of your choice, preferably 2 inch, and toothpicks, and then a hot glue gun, and you're set. So you guys ready to start making monsters?
Yep, I'll welcome Daisy, Elaine, Kitty, Tracy, Judy, Regina, Connie, and Gail.
Okay, awesome. So if you guys have any questions, let me know as we're going through the process. I had one started, so mine started about halfway through, so I'm going to go through how you would cut your tulle and save time, and then we'll go ahead and we'll finish the other half. We'll add our eyes, which are these little fun suckers that I had fun coloring. So we're going to be adding that to, I did like the sky blue and purple, so it's kind of Sully's color.
From Monsters Inc.
From Monsters Inc. But remember, we cannot use Monsters Inc. in our
pitch or sale.
In your tags.
Right.
So by all means, you can pitch it for your craft fair. You can definitely put, you know, Monsters Inc. kind of stuff. These are great items that are easy to package and take to a craft fair because the price point is so low. You can probably sell these for about $30 or $35 a piece, depending upon how crazy you decorate it. You know, if you want to add teeth to it, you can add teeth. You can add, like we added a little curlicue to the top of that guy's head. Put little styrofoam balls on them. It's entirely up to you. You can put eyelashes on them. Put, you know,
mean eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, mean eyes. And I'll show you how you can kind of embellish them a little bit more. So the easiest way to cut down your 100 yards, because that's a lot of tulle to break down, and I'm breaking down, I'm looking for my purple, which is here. It's funny, the purple looks pretty close to the dark blue. So because these come all sealed, we'll go ahead and open this one, and I'll show you how quickly we will do this. So I'm going to open this so that you don't cut your tulle that's in here. And then you're going to need a piece of cardboard. I did this one to 10 inches because this makes the process so much easier than sitting here cutting out however many pieces you can get out of a 25-yard roll of tulle. So all you're going to do is take it, and you're going to kind of just hold the end a little bit, because I'm not going to be 100% precise on the very top, but you just want to get it going. So we're going to sit here and just do this. So it's always tough to get the first couple ones going. And the reason why you don't want to take the tulle and wrap it is you'll end up stretching it, and you don't want to stretch it. So we're just going to sit here and do this until we run out of that roll. This makes it so much easier than measuring out 20 inches, cutting, measuring out 20 inches, cutting. So I'll show you how simple this is. So this is also great if you have a lot of extra tulle left over. Here's a great way to get rid of it all. So you'll start to see it'll start to thicken this color up.
Hi guys, just joining. Sandra said these would be great for little kids' rooms. Yes, they would.
Yes, exactly. So, and they're not scary, right? So because when you look at a lot of the Halloween wreaths that are out there, it's scary stuff. So this is a way to make it kind of fun. So you can let your kids custom design their own monster. They can name it, they can color his eyes, hang it on their door because it's super lightweight. So it's probably less than a pound by the time you finish. And then you have your box, and then you're good. So I just like finding fun things you guys could make and take to those craft fairs that are going to be coming up here soon. So this is a fun way of doing it. This would also be a really cute class to teach at your community center. You know, you can teach both different types. You can do the Tulle Monster one week and then do the Furry Monster the next. And just have people come with their fun fur cut out and their wreath form. So obviously the thicker it gets, the easier it is to sit here and just keep doing this. But it makes it so much easier. And then you're done.
Cardboard is cut to 10 inches.
That's all I did. I took the leftover piece of my computer box and cut it into 10-inch. Made it really super thick. So you'll need to do this for all 100 yards. And then I'll show you.
So Pam, she's already got the blue all cut. She
Yeah,
was just showing everybody.
It's all done right
She
here.
was just showing everybody how you do it. So
Time saver. Yeah. So I figured I could have this all pre-cut, or I can take the time and show you how to do one of your 4 rolls required to help you guys cut down on the time. And then all of your tulle is cut exactly the same length. So it's getting close to the end. See, this is a job you can give your kids. Here, go ahead and start rolling that up. And then you have these fun leftover little holders that if you were to paint the eyes, you could use them to kind of hold the styrofoam balls in place to allow you to paint them without holding them and then trying to figure out how are you going to position them to dry. So we're right there, and we're just going to cut this piece off just like so. And see, this is what I'm saying. So here is your eyeball paint holder, so you can have these when you're done with them, just throw them away. So you've got to find your cardboard in here, and all you want to do is just cut one side. So we're just going to cut this side here. I'm trying not to get my scissors stuck on the fold in my box. Just like so. And then you flip it up, and now we have 20-inch pieces all done. So I have the blue and I have the purple all done. So you would do that. This is one full roll. So you would have 2 blue. It just depends on your color. So you need 100 yards total. So, and then you're going to do what looks like this. You're going to tie them all on to your wreath form. So when you do this, it's entirely up to you as far as preference goes. Let me move these out of the way, how I had them before. So I can actually lay this down. I have them actually fluffed up, so you have different ways you can do it. If you want more of the tulle facing front, it's entirely up to you. If you want to see the little knots at the back, then you'll bring the knot part forward. If you like the non-knot side, which is what I like, you're going to use this side. So you just move your tulle around based on your preference. So I think I left off. I do 2 bands of each color.
Yep, Joanne, it's tulle. You can get that from Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, pretty much anywhere. I got mine from Joann's because the rolls were on sale for $2.50. So it was, the way I saw it, it was buy one, get one free. So you will take 2 of each of your colors. So 2 blue, 2 purple on each of your colors. That's just to make them stand out a little bit more, otherwise it would be very pale. And then what you're going to do is you want to make sure however you do it, you stay consistent. So if you want to put your loop, because I just folded it in half, put your loop over or put your loop under, which is what I'm doing. And I'm going to go over here. So under, and then you're going to take both pieces and you're just going to simply pull it through. Just like so. So whichever way you go, stay consistent. That way your knots will all be consistent. So we're going to do 2 blues. So two blues. Does that make sense?
2 sets of 2 blues.
Yeah. So you always need 2 to make your 1 tie. So we're going to go 2 blues and then 2 purples. And then 2 blues and 2 purples.
But didn't you do another blue just before that? So isn't that 3 blues? And
No, if you look, there's only 2 knots right here. See, and then it goes purple.
So you do 2 sets of blues.
2 sets of each color.
2 sets of 2
yes.
blue to then 2 sets of 2 purple. Gotcha.
Yeah. You kind of have to double it up, otherwise it would just be too light.
Yeah.
So like I said, whatever method you do, whether you want to go over, if you're an over person or an under person, stay consistent. And this is something so easy that kids could do it. So you're just going to simply tie them on. And
Ruth,
then you're...
Ruth said bbcrafts.com is a great place to get tulle.
Oh, why? Is the price really good?
And then Renee said, I'm pretty sure I heard a tulle at Paper Mart also for $2.38 for a 100-yard roll.
Oh, that's awesome. But then if you want to do what I'm doing and I want to split the colors, well, I guess you could do the same thing. You would just measure out enough for 50 and then 50.
Daisy asked, do you secure it more than just the knot?
Nope, just the knot. That's it. And you're going to really like pull on it. Yeah. And then I'll show you what we're going to do at the very, very end. So, nope. This way it allows you to kind of fluff or adjust your knot as you need to. So we're just going all the way around until we run out of our tulle.
Hey, other gals just watching.
So this is the more complex, believe it or not. The other one's just a lot of mess. You will need your vacuum when you do the other one. Because Steve was vacuuming up pink fun fur for days. He's like, where's all this fur coming from? So I'm going to hopefully show you a way to cut down on the mess. So what do you guys think of this?
I think that's going to be cute. Renee said, yeah, she thinks that the Paper Mart you get it for $2.26 for 100 yards.
And that's great. I mean, like if you guys can find cheaper stuff, I'm just giving you the materials that you'll need to do these. I mean, you can even sit and do these while you're at a craft fair. You know?
He said, hey guys, I love making tulle wreaths, but I never get any attention on them.
Why?
Well, you got to remember, she's not making this not only for sale, but this is for crafts for kids. You can do this for students if you're a teacher.
Definitely. This is a great teacher craft for your kids. So something fun for them to make for the holidays. And they can do stuff like this for Christmas too. It was funny, people said that about the tablecloth wreaths. Like when we taught them how to do the tablecloth wreaths, everyone was like, no one's going to buy that. And within a week it sold. And it was great because it's very weather resistant, I guess.
Josie, the cardboard size was cut to 10 inches.
Or if you want them to be fuller or more long, then adjust as you need to. But I found that this was super easy. So imagine if I did this from the very beginning. I was like, no, I can at least start halfway. And then we'll just tie on. And then we'll fluff and add the eyeballs and we're good. So you have your option on the eyeballs. You can paint them. You can take Sharpie permanent markers, which happen to be on sale right now as far as school supplies go. So Target, Walmart, they all have their school supplies, and now they're selling those Sharpies in a set, like a color set. So highly recommend pick those up, and then your kids can just simply draw the eyeballs on. So I'm just toggling back and forth.
Sandra said, I can't wait to make these. I'll have to check out what colors I have for tulle.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I have a whole bin full of tulle, and I didn't even look because I was like, I know what I wanted to do, and it's you just keep pushing them down so that you have adequate space. So if it feels like it's getting full, just squish them on down. But you should be able to get, I'm always making sure I don't have 3. I always do. Otherwise you'll come up short. When you get to the end, you'll have one that just doesn't have a mate. So you can make them in any color combination. You can let your kids pick out what color monster they want to do. I'm going to do one with a whole bunch of different like ocean pastel things.
Jane said she made a wreath like that several years ago for a door prize. Awesome.
That would be great. Or like you can do this as a Halloween, like Halloween decor. Did I do one? I only did one. I have to go back and do another one. So, and the nice thing about this is it doesn't have to be a perfect, you know, making sure that they're exactly matchy-matchy.
Just gotta make sure all your knots are on the same side, right?
And that you're tying on the same way. So, okay, 2. So I think this would look pretty even if you did it all in shades of blue. Or how fun would this be if you made it a sun, like rays of a sun, like blue and orange. And then you put sunglasses on for the sun. Something like that. So these were ones that I had seen last year and I was like, oh, those look easy. You know, there's something that your kids are watching you make wreaths and they're like, I wish I could make a wreath. Kid project, right?
Yep.
If only. Good daycare project. Something fun. Okay. I'm like trying to knot these as quickly as I can. There was no way for me to start and finish like 3/4 of the way, otherwise I wouldn't have a way of showing you how to cut your tulle.
Joanna said she used hot pink tulle to trim the edge of a basket for her great-granddaughter's baby shower. If you have a bunch of it, you could use it for this too.
Yes, you could.
Sandra said these would be great to make while watching TV.
Yes. And it's funny because that's exactly what it says. It's like, okay, and now for the hard part. Find yourself a good movie.
Yeah.
But it honestly did not take me that long to finish half of it. Like I thought I was not going to have it all done by the time we went live. And I think I finished in 15 minutes. So this seems, well, prep time. We've cut. I'm not just tying on. So, but it goes pretty quickly. And look, no hot glue, right?
Yes.
Well, except for when you have to glue the eyes on. That's just it.
Well, I mean, the styrofoam frames are 14-inch frames.
This one's 12.
That one's 12? Oh,
yeah. Okay. But I have the other ones. Like when we do our monster, it's going to be on a 14.
So the tulle is on a 12, but you could do a 14 too if you wanted to.
Oh yeah, you could. I just happened to grab this and didn't even look at the size. And then I was like, oh, this is only 12. But this is perfect for like an interior bedroom door. You know, it doesn't have to be overly big. So I think the finished size on this will be, I'm looking. If we measure from the end of the tulle to the end of the tulle, it's like 21 inches. So you're adding quite a bit to it. And here's the good thing about adding the tulle to the inside. If the only styrofoam that you have has a big old gouge or dent in it, it's okay. You're just going to cover it up anyway. So I think when I did one of mine, I didn't even realize that underneath the price tag sticker, it had a giant dent in it. So I was debating, do I want to take it back? I'm like, well, I'm just going to cover it with Fun Fur. You won't see it.
Judy says all they need to do is watch you and they can learn how to do it. Then she said she did. That's right.
Yeah, this is super simple. Like I said, I think I had posted the wreath tutorial from last year on how to make a wreath for like $15 using supplies you get from like your local store. So this again is perfect. So, you know, I think you can buy tulle in pretty much Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, virtually anywhere. This isn't something you have to order online. It's craft materials that you can find that's fairly easy.
Daisy asked, what do you think of adding the tulle as an additional embellishment to the deco mesh with the ruffles on the witch's hat you showed us?
Oh, you could definitely do that. By all means. Like I said, just experiment and come up with something completely different. This is just a simple thing that you could easily take and pack with you to your craft fair shows, because it's just tulle. So I'm trying to move this and push this all the way down. So again, see where your spacing comes into play. The tighter you, see I'm about ready to tie it in a knot. If it gets a little too tight, you just keep moving everything down. Your goal is to finish all your tulle. So as long as it's cut correctly, you should be able to get them all on. So, and then if it's not quite even, you can even it out. So this is just something different that you can make. You can even, like I said, just use the tulle. If you'd rather have this be the visual part, I like the bands of color on the inside. So this is just the way that I prefer to do mine. What other questions do you guys have on this?
They're all kind of talking about where else you can get the tulle from. Wilhelmine said Walmart says tulle.
Yes.
Kathy said I'm going to wait a little bit closer to Halloween before she makes them.
Oh, yeah.
Marilyn, you probably just came on, but Kat showed you how to cut the tulle really easy with like a 10-inch piece of cardboard.
Oh yeah, the wind around.
Yeah, you just wrap the tulle around the cardboard all the way to the end of the 100 yards, and then you just cut it once, and that gets you your 20-inch piece.
20 inches. Yeah, I know. I was like reading the directions, and it was like, wrap everything around your wreath, and then you just cut once, and I was like, what? Wrap it around my wreath? How's that gonna help me with time? But sure enough. And I think we're going to get exactly.
Marilyn, the tulle is what, 6 inches wide?
Yes, 6 inches wide.
So you want your cardboard also at least 6 inches wide. 6 inches by 10 inches.
It doesn't have to be. I think this
Close.
one's only 4. So as long as you can, like I said, I just did as a leftover piece.
Yeah.
Okay.
No problem, Marilyn.
So.
It's Friday, so.
We're almost done. So I think I have there's just 2 there.
Candy said she's going to make one with lime green.
That would be cute.
That'd be like a
Mike Wazowski.
with one eye.
Yeah. Sully was my favorite, so I did Sully colors. So now we're just going to stretch it. And we should be able to make sure I have 2. I think I might have 2 left. So we're just going to incorporate that. Oh yeah. This one and this one. That's where I'm going to end it. Because I don't need to completely use it all. I mean, it's like...
Amber said lime green with a Grinch face in the middle would be cute.
That would be super cute. See, you guys are already like thinking ahead. So... I have like 2 pieces left.
Oh, that's awesome, Sherry. She says, I think I will try this with my Cub Scouts as a fun project.
Yes.
That would work awesome.
Okay, so in order to get it fluffy like this, what you're going to want to do is, number 1, decide if you want knots or no knots. to be the front of your wreath.
No
I
knots.
prefer no knots.
Yeah.
Right. So when you do that, Monsters Inc., Sully was more blue than he was purple. So now what you want to do is you want to take one purple and bring it forward, and one purple and bring it back, and then you want to pull your two blue and just kind of stagger the knots a little bit so that they're not lined up exactly, so they're kind of up and down. And then one purple forward, one purple back, two blue, kind of stagger the knots. One up, one back, up, up. And then you can sit here and do this when you're done and just fluff the tulle.
And you can show everybody
once it's fluffed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what ends up happening is the purple that's in the back, let me show you once I get this one done. One back, forward.
Right? Wilhelmine says this reminds me of Cookie Monster.
It could be. There's people who have done just the darker blue. I think this is that one.
You could do a red one, it would look like Elmo.
Elmo, yeah, you can do pink ones. I mean, sky's the limit.
Yeah, any color. Yeah, David said orange and lime green would be another good one, or black and orange.
Yeah, black and orange should be super cute. I mean, there's so much stuff you can do with them. Okay, so now we have ours all fluffed to the front. So we want to obviously not have it go too far forward. Pull some of those back that are a little too far forward. So this is what we have here. And then what you'll notice more on the back is that it's mostly purple on the back. That was the one purple that we pulled backwards. So you have more purple in the back, and then that's more blue to the front. So this is what that part looks like. And then you can trim if any of your ties are slightly a bit uneven. And just bring them as far forward as you want. And then if you noticed, I colored my eyes with marker, so I just used Sharpies. So I gave them the little white center in the eye. So these matched my color blue perfectly. You can put little red veins in them if you want them to have bloodshot eyes. But then, let me show you how to do these, because we'll need one for our other furry monster. Here's the easy way to make sure your circles are perfect. Is I have, you know, those fun little hand sanitizer bottles. Pull the cap off, find your seam for the smooth ball, center that, and just lightly put a little indentation in it, just like that. Hey, you have to get down. You can't be here. Thank you. So this creates my little round center. And then you're going to take your Sharpie marker and you're just going to color in. So this is where it gets to be fun for your kids to personalize them. Okay, this is choice now. You gotta go away.
Yeah. Oh.
Take his cookies.
Yeah.
So you just carefully color this in, and then you can spray them with clear lacquer. Once you're happy with the colors, you can paint them with acrylic paint. I'm just not so good with the paint. I'm better with the markers. So we're just trying to define our little glare in their eye. But this is how you get that perfect circle.
Hi, Rhonda. Renee said, how would you tote some of these to a craft fair without smashing them?
Oh, look, smash away. Because then the only thing you're going to do is just refluff them back up. And because the tool sits up so high, by the time you put your eyeballs in the center, they're going to stack so nice. They're going to actually stack better than the Deco Mesh ones will.
So you can stack tool on top of tool, but I wouldn't stack tool on top of Deco Mesh because they do stick together.
Yes. And then Fun Fur, remember, it's going to get crazy messy. looking for my other marker. So I am doing this with my blue. So with the colored part, you're going to go to the outside of your circle. This one's a super light blue. So I just kept going around and around and around until I got it to the shade that I wanted. And it's the width of the marker. So I just basically lay it against the black and then trace all the way around the outside. So this is how we do their eyeballs. And then once you have the eyes done, like I said, this is where your kids can get super creative and make alien eyes, make monster eyes.
And go get, Sharpie markers with a bunch of different colors.
Yeah.
You do purple, pink. Because
right now, they have school supplies on sale, which is where I'll be going this weekend.
Oh, Kimberly must have missed it, so you can show her how to get the perfect
perfect circle?
Yeah,
I'll do it on the other one. So I'm just sitting here and I'm just coloring this in over and over until I get it to that right shade of blue. Because I'm kind of picky. So we're just going to keep going around the circle. And then of course as you're pushing into your styrofoam, you're kind of creating that secondary circle. So then it's easier for you just to keep going around and around.
And you can leave a little white dot in the middle for like a reflection.
Yeah, that's kind of what I do.
Or you could color it in all the way. It's up to you.
This was Steve. He kept picking up my balls and kept coloring them like darker and darker. I was like, okay. If you have paint and you just want to do it and be done with it, like how you're doing it here, and you're painting and you're like, oh, but if I lay it down, it's going to roll away. That's where the tool things are, so you just set it there and it dries.
And if you want to too, you could spray clear lacquer over it.
Which is what we will do. So because it's just permanent marker, permanent Sharpie. So again, to do the perfect hole, just find something like I did the cap of my hand sanitizer, just something little and round. Find your seam for your styrofoam ball so that when you're putting it on the top, you're kind of holding it this way. And then just lightly put your little
mark in there.
Your mark in there, and then you're like, hey, I got perfect circles. Because mine were not perfect circles the first time. So some of the other things, here's the downside. Googly eyes, right? The only problem with googly eyes is number one, they're not going to lay flat on your styrofoam ball. They're going to have like a little edge to them. And because they are, based on how it's tilted, if we're hanging them up on the door, then the monster is always going to be looking down. So unless you can find a way to open these up and then permanently glue where you want the googly eye to stay, these aren't going to benefit you at all. So I did buy them, just thinking that might be an easier way of doing it.
Yeah, Mary, Kat said between 30 to 35, depending upon how much embellishments you put on it.
Yeah.
That is without shipping, though.
Yes.
So if you plan on selling these, you got to look at your shipping costs.
Because the materials cost is roughly $15. So I said the styrofoam form is about, if we're doing 14 or the 13.8 inches, it's $7.49 or 69 cents. Depending upon if you can use a coupon or not. When I went to Joann's the first time, I think I got one on sale and the other not on sale. And then you have your tool. So for me, that was $5 each. So I had a grand total of 4 colors. So right there is 11. And then you have your styrofoam balls. So it's about $15 in materials cost. So it's a good, fun project, like I said, for kids. Because I know our kids were always like, we want to be doing that too. So there's our
Hi, gals, just joining.
eyeball. We'll finish this one up, and then that way we're all ready for the eyeballs, so you don't have to see me do the eyeballs for the Fun Fur guide. And then we'll add eyeballs to the tool. And then it's entirely up to you. You can add, what do they do? The fun foam, the really thin foam, you can cut out little things, and then you would just floral pin those to the back.
Yep.
If you had a dark door.
Yep, you can make ears for it. You can make different types of ears.
You can do horns. You can do little pipe cleaners with little fun balls on the end.
Mm-hmm.
It's entirely up to you. This is where your kids can get super creative. You can get fake eyelashes, and they can put eyelashes on theirs if theirs is a girl.
Mm-hmm.
So usually what I do is just go around and create my second line, and then I can just stay in and then go around it like 3 times.
Yeah, Lynn said the same thing. You could actually do this with a frame and then use like a scarecrow face in the middle.
Yes, you could.
And then have like orange. Maybe you could even do it with deco mesh.
Can you go in the craft room? Because I have a scarecrow face sitting right in that tub that's on the very top. I was like, I have a scarecrow face. I was waiting to get the order of the burlap that's got the funky edge to it, the ruffled edge. Did you find it?
Yeah, but it's a little small. It's only like 8 by 8.
Oh, let me see. Okay, so Steve grabbed this. So what I'm doing is looking at if they got the bigger one, you could kind of go like that, right?
Yeah.
And then of course this has to go up now because you just added roughly another $12 to $15 depending upon where.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could definitely do that and do it all in beiges, orange, like fall colors. That's super cute. Okay, let me go around his eye one last time and then we're good for his eyes. I like to give them colored eyes. The one on the door doesn't have the
color around
the color, and he doesn't have the white glare.
Yeah.
Steve called him a Muppet. That's what he said he looked like, a Muppet.
He does look like a Muppet.
So, there's the eyes. The eyes are all done. You take these. It's basically going to go in here, and the way that we want to secure that is with a toothpick. So you're going to grab a wooden toothpick, decide where you're going to stick your eye.
But Lynn, yeah, that was a great idea.
What?
About doing the scarecrow face and doing fall colors, yeah.
Absolutely.
You could get a little bit smaller styrofoam wreath too.
Yes. So you're going to take your
Hi Genevieve, she said, first time catching her live. Let us know where you're from, what city and state.
I think I need my
Sherry, you can get those scarecrow faces from Jane's Front Door Decor on Etsy.
Or
I think personally yours on Etsy as well.
Yep, she has one of those as well. So I'm actually putting, because my toothpicks keep breaking.
Vilia, yes, that is Tulle on the wreath. This is a Tulle Monster Wreath.
Here, buddy, it's a Tulle Monster Wreath.
Yeah.
Boba, why are you back up here again? Okay. Yeah, I know. Go that way to Dad. So I'm using a larger skewer to poke through the Tulle, and then I'm just gonna measure and see. Mine are the eyes are going in between each band. Otherwise, let's see, width of them. If we did him
Genevieve's from Long Island, New York. Welcome.
purple, so right about in here.
We have some other gals that are around that area.
What's that?
From Long Island, New York. And Kelly Jewett, I think she's first timer too. She said from Newport, Tennessee. Welcome. Jess, yes, how would you attach a scarecrow face? Well, if it was a little bit bigger and it would fit, there's some easy ways to do it.
Let me think about that while I put the eyeballs on. So in order to do this, I'm actually separating my color bands of Tulle. So where I have my hole, I'm just going to hold this open. I'm going to...
Katie, thanks for sharing the stream. Yeah, since this is a public group, gals, feel free to like and share this. We'd appreciate it. And then Julie said, I'm pretty new to all this. Glad I found you. I'm from East Texas, but living in Southern California now. Well, we live in Southern California.
Where in Southern California do you live?
We are in Victorville.
Yeah.
And Rennie said she's from Belmar, New Jersey.
I'm trying to keep this spread apart wide enough so that my glue can go right at the hole level. There we go. The last thing I want to do is stick my finger to the tip of the glue gun, and then we're going to let that go back. So our toothpicks are all done, and then the only thing that we have to do is just push our styrofoam balls on however you want your eyes to go.
You could add some glue to that too, right?
Yeah.
To the toothpick.
Yep. So there's our eyeballs. And then we're going to
And you can even kind of face them pointing in towards each other if you wanted to.
It's entirely up to
Facing
you.
one way.
Yeah. Well, okay, you're the person who's like, everything has to be like
But they're right.
symmetrically perfect. So there he is. So there is your Tulle Monster Wreath. What do you guys think? So yeah, Steve says you could take them, you could twist the eyes, make the eye go up, make the eye go down. If you wanted to get super crazy, you could even, you know, do a 3-eyed monster and add an additional eyeball to the top, add additional eyeball down here. And this is where he was saying, look, if you wanted to get super creative, you could cut out from felt or from foam teeth, and then what you would do is you would take a floral pin or a straight pin. In this case, I'll just use a floral pin because it's what I have right here. But I'm always so particular about the backs of my wreath. Why won't these go? No, some of the floral pins actually don't have the
sharp tips.
The sharp tips on them. Okay, let's do it this way. There we go. I'd rather use these in case I don't want him. I can take them out. So, straight pin solves the problem. There we go. So now he has one tooth.
Or you can make them 4 or 5.
Yeah, you can sit here and
put a
do
couple
this.
on the bottom.
You know, it's entirely up to you. You can do like 1 there. What do you think? Put 2 at the bottom?
Yeah, that's cute.
Like that?
Yeah.
So these are your embellishment ideas.
You can make one tooth long.
Yeah, you could do it this way. So just like that. Steve was nice enough to cut all these because he wanted to add teeth to it. So I was like, okay, you can cut all those out. So it's just easier to straight pin them in.
Julie, we are in Victorville, California, so.
There we go. So he has like that.
Yeah,
so your kids can get super creative with.
You can hang them up and they can see them.
Yeah. There you go. So I take this guy down. We'll put him. He's going to be kind of funky because I hung his thing right there.
That's good enough.
So white door doesn't really show it as well as a darker door would.
You could even show them how to put the black felt behind it.
Oh, yeah, I can show you what it would look like on the dark door if we do it this way.
Yep, Wilhelmine and the teeth are felt too.
Yeah. So let me see if I can give you a kind of image of what it would look like. So something like that.
Yep.
So I think that'll kind of stay. It's not on there, but you could add black to the background. Our doors are dark, so I wouldn't add it. I would just add his teeth if I was going to do it. And then depending upon what you like, you can move these wherever you need them to go. So there's one. Pretty simple. Straightforward, right? The other one's going to go quick. Super quick because we don't have to really tie anything. It's just wrapping. Okay, any questions on the Tulle wreath?
Well, it's so fun. Jesse said, Audrey, a lion face would be a great idea too.
Oh yeah, you could do the Lion King right now because you could do like orange and red. Oh, but it's so trying to get his cookies.
Julie, where are you from?
So we're going to use this one. I'm going to use the white for the next one. So this one, how would I add it?
What city?
How does it have this? I would have to order bigger because this is 8-inch.
Yeah, it's not quite big enough.
Right, so I would go 10 or 12 inch, and I think it'd be perfect. Because then once you do your tulle or do the fun fur, then you could punch holes in it, and then you could wire it. Like on the tulle, it'd be super easy, so you could just punch holes, you know, top or sides, like top and bottom, side to side, and then wire that, and then move your tulle over. And I think it'd be perfect. I think you guys are totally onto something there because it's not on Etsy in any way, shape, or form.
Because they were talking about the Lion King.
Oh yeah.
You could use the bottom as like the nose if you put tulle all the way around it.
Yeah, but that's way too big.
No, if you put the frame in the.
No, it's too big.
No, if you put like that inside it.
How?
And if it was a lion frame one, the bottom would be like his jaw.
I know what
and then you could put ears on the top, and if you did it with tulle, it would still look pretty thick.
Too complicated. We're going simple. Okay, so 13.8 is the way they come. It's not 14. So when you go look for the 14 ones, you're not going to find them. So this one's super simple. So our eyes are already done. You will need floral pins because that's how you're going to attach your fun fur. So we already did the hot pink and purple, so we're going to actually do the turquoise blue one. Set that up there. Here. There we go. And here's our fun fur. So this one just came in, like I said, the only color choices I had were like ones that look like real dog fur or bear fur, like the black and brown and stuff like that, white, all black. And then they had the orange and pink striped one, which was super cute. And then this color. So what you're gonna do at a quarter of a yard, because I think this stuff is $24.99 for a full yard, so you only need a quarter. And then hopefully with Joann's running their sale on all their fabric, you can get a pretty decent price. But you're gonna wanna measure 3-inch strips. Now, what I didn't notice is that, if you notice, the bottom is not the same length as the top. So when she cut this, I was actually shorted quite a bit.
Like 3 inches.
Yeah, so thankfully you only need like really, I think it's a yard, like two strips to get through a 13 or 14-inch wreath. Now, this sheds like crazy. So once you do your 3-inch strips, you can either cut it this way and deal with the debris field, or you could flip it over like this. And if you take a comb, drop that over there. See, it's already doing that. This is what it'll look like by the time you're through. Wear an apron. So we're gonna measure out 3 inches. And what I do is I take a comb and I kind of part my fur right here. Because the reason why it sheds so much is because you're cutting the fur off. You're like kind of giving it a haircut in a sense. And we want all this fur in that strip. So we want to kind of do this all the way down. So I can kind of see where my line is. It doesn't have to be a perfect cut, but I figured, hey, this is why it's shedding so much, because you're just cutting so much of that fur off. So we're trying to give it a part and push, kind of create a little dividing line here between what is and what isn't. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, it doesn't shed that much, but it will, irregardless. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start cutting right here, right along my part, until I get all the way to the end. It also makes it a little easier to cut because you're not cutting into the fur. So I'm pulling this down, going through. And creating her part. Like I said, you don't have to do it this way, but trust me, you will have this fur everywhere. It will be all over the floor, all over the countertop, all over everywhere.
Well, I mean, you could turn it over and use a utility knife for a razor blade, but
you're still going to cut into the fur.
Yeah. If you part the fur like she's doing and then cut it,
you're not cutting the fur off.
You're right. You're not cutting the part that lays over the other side.
Yes, like all this would be laying over the other side, which is where all the shedding comes from. So I'm just trying to help you, because the first time I did this was not fun. Because I did what you did. I just flipped it over, drew my line, cut my line, and I was like, holy cow. If I was to vacuum it up, it would literally fill up my entire canister in my vacuum. So we're just separating. Because that's what we're paying for, right? We're paying for all the fur.
Candy, I don't think so. Good question. She said, can you tear it after you get it started?
No. You cannot.
It's not like fabric.
No. This has actually got like it's like an adhesive glue where the fur is actually glued to whatever the fabric backing is. So it's just a little easier to do it this way. You'll save so much of why you bought this to begin with. So we're almost done. Okay. And I just picked the side that actually had the full 3-inch mark on it. Kind of went a little too thin there. There we go.
Guess that I bought this fur in brown last year for a costume for our summer camp show.
Do you have any left?
She said the fur was everywhere.
I know. See, look, and I'm wearing black. I think when I did it, I don't know what I was wearing. I think I was wearing black too, and I just had hot pink and orange fur everywhere. So here's our first piece, and what they tell you to do is pull all this on the edge that you cut, but because we have separated that, we're not losing like tons of fur, because see where the overlap is? That's all stuff that would have been cut off. And now we saved that so that that's going to lay over our seam when we're ready to fasten that on. So you'll need 2 pieces. Right. So we'll do it one more time. See how it's, this side is the side that's doing it now. So this is what's pulling. See how much fur you're losing? So that's why I have my vacuum out here. So we're gonna take another, look at this. I'm like turning blue.
You're turning into a Muppet monster.
I am. Okay, so we're gonna take our other 3 inches, do the same thing.
I'll just zoom in so they don't see all your mess.
Okay, thanks. Because this is my OCD. I was like, okay, this is just driving me crazy. I am not gonna be looking blue. Make sure that's exactly 3. Yes. So you can kind of eyeball it. And then it's so much easier to cut. Good Lord. Yeah, zoom out.
I'm zoomed in.
Oh, on this?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, you're just brushing this away.
Mine was a little wider.
I am, because this is where it starts to curve. It shouldn't be. Wow. I'm like, nope, 3 inches, babe. right on there. I know it seems like it needs to go, and it's entirely up to you if you want it a little fatter, like Steve's like, it should go fatter. It's just now you're looking at, this is the uneven, so it's going wider. So I just have to kind of follow my line.
Peggy said she's never seen Monsters Inc. before.
Oh, Peggy,
Peggy, you gotta watch.
Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
I think it's every kid's fantasy, right? We always envision there's a monster under our bed. So it's about how monsters really feel about having that bad reputation of being the monster under the bed. I only wish this was purple and blue. This would have been so cool. Okay, we're almost to the end. So.
And that's it for your second piece. That's all you need, right?
Yes, that's all I need. And then we just wrap and wrap and add his eyeballs. So I'm gonna make sure I have right here. Okay. There we go.
Yep, well, I mean, just a quarter yard.
Yeah, at $24.99, you don't. I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Oh, that's $5 for a quarter.
Yeah, but when you're looking at the whole thing and going,
Right.
"Wow!" So this one I'm just gonna set aside because that's gonna shed. This one should be okay. So I'm just running my hands along. When I did this without cutting, I was pulling. I mean, half of my trash can was filled with hair, fur. So this is what we're doing. We're trying to get rid of the fur that's on the edge where we cut it. So you'll pull all this out, otherwise it gets everywhere. They say the easiest thing to do is take a hand vacuum to the whole cut edge. Just like take the vacuum to the edge and you'll suck up all the excess fur. So there is our fun fur. I feel like I'm wearing most of it. Okay, so now we will take our wreath form and we're gonna take a piece of our fun fur. And you want your fur to go the same direction. So keep in mind, this is the way I'm going. So if I'm wrapping and when you start your second piece, you're gonna wanna make sure that you come in and continue so that your fur continues to lay over your cut edge. And you're gonna pin to the back. So here's my back. And because these floral pins will go right through and come out the other side, try to angle them so they go down to the side or down to the side here. So like here, that's gonna go there. And we'll do one here. We'll angle it. Because you don't want to see it come out this side. And then now the fun begins in rolling it. And what you want to do is as you're rolling it, here we want to kind of, that's our back. So here's our front. You don't have to be so cognizant of the back, but you want to put some good tension on it and you're just going to wrap your fun fur. This is where you get hair everywhere. All the way around.
So you give it like an 1.5 inch spread between.
I try to get it like as close to the edge as I can.
Like an inch.
It's almost like 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch. So this way, when you run it this way, you're not seeing those lines where you run it around.
Right.
So good tension. Bring it up. See why the hair is good to have in that direction. And we're just going to keep going around. You know, if you feel that it's getting kind of crazy, you can come in with a straight pin if you want and just hold it. But I haven't found that it's that difficult. So you should get pretty close to halfway around, if not a little bit further. It just depends on the length of the fur you get. See, it looks so nice now. Look, it's gonna be a cute monster.
Katie, the large eyeballs are just 2-inch regular styrofoam balls you get from Hobby Lobby or wherever.
This was from Joann's.
Joann's, just make sure they're the smooth type. And then you just use a marker to mark it.
Yep.
Sharpie.
So now I'm at the end. So I'm gonna take my floral pin and I'm just gonna push that in because I'm gonna come right over that. But look how cute that looks so far. You can make him all furry, just like that. So it looks super cute. And now, more than likely, what is that? That's more than halfway, right?
Yeah.
So you'll cut it where you need to, but this is where you have to make sure that you're doing your
same.
Yeah, that it's laying the same. So if I did it this way, my hair's laying in the opposite direction. So keep it, because this is the back. And the nice thing about the hair is it flips right over your floral pins. So there's one.
Kind of too much sand, just close out and then come back in.
We're going to do this one. This is where, there we go.
That's a good idea, yeah, you could use ping pong balls.
Yes, you could. That, I mean, that's an option. I just didn't, I wasn't looking for ping pong balls. This actually came out the other side, so you just want to make sure when you're poking it in, you go long.
Yeah.
Like, because you don't want to like stick your hand into there and you get poked. So now we're going to go over those and keep on going until we run out. Yeah, ping pong balls. What else could you use? I'm trying to think. And it's funny, when I did the poll to ask which color monster you wanted, most people picked blue.
Yeah.
So blue is a popular color. So I made one blue for a boy and one hot pink for a girl. So you can see how I'm just really...
It must be a pretty decent storm out there by Gail, and because Gail and Kathleen and Tracy are all, Florida's getting bad.
What?
Bad storm in Tampa. So I guess there's a big storm out there in Florida.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, here's my back.
Kelly said she loves that color.
I know, this is super pretty. So now I'm finishing off right here. This is where I started. So I'm just going to cut my excess off, because here's my back. This is where I started.
It's on the back.
This is on the back, yeah. So I'm trying to get this right here, and I'm trying to pull my fuzz so I can get this to line up right perfectly. And then...
Hi Deborah, hi Cal, just joining. You can always go back and watch the replay once we repost it.
we will floral pin this. I'm just trying to see where I have that. So we're going to go this way. There's one. I love this fur, and just for cutting it for that reason, it hides so much better than the other one did. These floral pins, I like the ones from Hobby Lobby better. So always make sure they don't poke out. And if they do, just reposition them. Just like so. And then your hair just covers everything. So there is, we will flip this, give him a little haircut, So this will lay perfectly over. Just like so. So there is our groovy monster wreath. So yeah, this is how much I've left. So it's more than plenty to do this. And then usually what I do is I fluff it the opposite direction. So it just kind of
some lines and to make him look
more fluffy. Yeah. And then we're going to come in and we're going to add his eyeballs. So you can make him a one-eyed monster if you wanted. What if we do the other one? Oh, here's the other. And then you can add his fun teeth through the foam. So we'll see if the toothpick will go through this one.
And if you wanted to get it smaller eyes, you could get a smaller one. You could.
Dollar Tree has one that's really super good. So I just use the skewers. It's the foam that you're trying to get it to go into and go through the fabric. So I'm trying to make it, like when I did my other one.
Tracy said super cute, Sandra said very pretty. Kathleen said loving this, I absolutely love Monsters Inc.
See?
Daisy said white fur and red ornaments for Christmas, that would be cute.
And there's someone who did that.
You can make it like
someone
an abominable snowman.
No, someone did, yeah, that's true, abominable snowman. Someone actually did a candy cane in white fun fur with, and it looks super cute, right?
Kimberly actually said to offset the eyes so they're not right together. Make it look like Cookie Monster.
You could go like here, you could go here.
Yeah.
You could do 3 eyes. Again, it's entire, you can just do 1 eye. This is where I'm saying it starts to get, you know, it's a personal thing. So let's just do this so I don't have to worry about slopping the glue. We'll let that set. So there's our 1 eye. I like my eyes kind of close together. You could do the 1 eye up, 1 eye down kind of thing like this, right?
You could put it maybe just an inch apart.
You like them apart? I like them together. You're so funny. Okay. So you want to?
But that's your preference. You can make it however you want to.
I know. I was like, you need to just make your own monster. So I'm just spreading the foam. It's just hard to penetrate the foam.
Peggy said she was going to go to Joann's at Town Center today, but the storm started across the Buckland Ridge, so we went home instead.
Oh, stay home on stormy days.
Melissa said, oh my gosh, how cute. Sandra said, what color fur is that? It's like a aqua color.
Yeah, it was weird. Like I said, these were the only 2 color options besides like a bare color brown and white and then solid black. These were my only options, so I had to just kind of go with these. And then you just stick the eyeballs on. So I would pull these off and then just glue them wherever you want them to be. So there he is. So this is this one. Like I said, you can get crazy. You can put little, we did this earlier. You could do 1 here. You can do another one off to the side. But they're kind of Muppet looking. So super fun, super cute. You know, you can just embellish them this way and people can go home and add whatever they want to their monster. And then you can just, you know, girls can comb their monster's hair and make him all fluffy. But
Candy asked, what is the selling cost of the fur one?
I'm selling them with shipping for $49.99. So, like I said, you look at your materials cost it $15, and I think you can go up to a 16-inch box and not pay an elevated rate. So extreme one to the other is I think like $15 to $16. It just depends. So I'm gonna take this one off. You can do the same thing with this one. You could add, whatchamacallit, however you did it the last time. You could give him, you know, you can create a background or just add teeth, the foam teeth, and you would just pin this to the back like we did the tulle one. But I like them, honestly, this way. This is just my preference. It's just like this. So, and there one is ping pong ball, which is why we have to glue them on. So, I want to make sure I line up his hole. There we go. So, he's all done. So we have that one. We have the one that we did in the pink. So this one's a little bit smaller. This one's 14, this one's 12. So
that looks cute even when you pair it together like that. It looks cute.
yeah, you can do them as a pair if you want.
Yeah.
You know, boy and girl, right? Boys room, girls room, and then do whatever they want on their door. And then we have this guy. So this is what we made tonight. These.
Yep.
We made monsters. So yeah, what do you guys think? Do you have any questions?
Kimberly, she gets her shipping boxes always, usually from Amazon. But there's other gals who find that you can order through Uline as well.
Yep.
Denise, yeah, the blue and purple one is made with tulle.
Yeah.
So you can go back and watch the replay.
This was the first one we did. So he's just a tulle monster. So entirely up to you. You guys can do whatever you want for their eyes. I gave you a couple options. Like I said, you can use your pipe cleaners and, you know, create little fun antenna for them. They can decorate and make them however you want. But just something simple that you guys can take to craft fairs that are simple and easy to do. And
I love the smaller one. I love the different sizes, so you can have such
and you
an
just
option.
stack them. So literally, look how easy this is. Ta-da! Look, there's 3 wreaths, all ready to go. So you just pull them up and then fluff them. So there you guys go.
So craft fair 30 to 35.
Yeah.
If you're gonna sell it to ship,
you have to go a little bit higher because we have to
about 50.
add our shipping in there. So and I think when I was looking at these online, there's some that are online right now that when you look at them, you're just going to kind of look at, okay, $40 for that, and it doesn't include shipping. So I think I priced comparatively. There is nothing online with the fur. Like in Etsy, you type in furry monster wreath, there's nothing. Everyone's making them with tulle. Nobody made them with fun fur. So now you guys have an advantage. Something fun, super cute. Like I said, you can involve your kids, your Girl Scout groups, Boy Scout groups, daycare groups, whatever, and make something fun.
Yep. Kitties, you attach it with toothpicks. So you just got to glue the toothpicks into the foam, and then glue the styrofoam
balls onto the
ball
toothpicks.
eyes to the toothpicks.
Right. So like for me, this is what I would do. Like when we go off camera, because I always make sure everything is complete. Is let me. My toothpick went down too far, so I would glue the end with a lot of glue, not too much that it gets into the glue. That would sit, and then where my hole is on my ball, you're going to put your hot glue, and then you're going to take that and you're going to stick it. So now he has a one-eyed monster until this glue dries, and then I'll glue the other ball. And then we're done.
If you get them in there solidly enough and you don't want to glue them, so later you can change the eye configuration.
Oh yeah, you can just toothpick them in like I just did, just like this, and just add them, and then we're good.
Yay.
Okay. Do you guys have any questions?
Sandra said the fur one was so fast to make.
I know. I was telling Steve when I did this one, I think it only took me like 10 or 15 minutes to make it. Cutting the fur and dealing with the after effect is the toughest part. But separate your fur. It'll help you cut down on the mess so much and then give you a much furrier monster. So, okay.
The pins in the cardboard box, I think you're talking about the floral pins. Those are called floral pins.
The little, you can get these at Joann's, Hobby Lobbies, and Michael's. They just kind of have a little bend in them. Box at Amazon, and these are like 2,000 floral pins.
Denise, the eyes are just styrofoam 2-inch balls you get from Hobby Lobby or Joann's.
Yeah, once we spray them with lacquer, you're gonna get an intense look on the color because it's always pale until you hit it with clear lacquer, and then it brightens it a little bit more. But that's it, guys. Private group, Sunday. What are we making? I had an idea. Oh, we're gonna do something fun with the new fall fabric or fall mesh that just came out from Joann's. So all the stuff that I shared with you guys yesterday, we're gonna do something with that really pretty burnt orange, and I think it's burnt orange and oatmeal color. So we'll make something for fall. So we'll be using Joann's mesh so that you guys will see it's a much thinner but softer mesh. Show you how to use that. So if you want to join my private group real quick, KatsCreations, the letter N, more.com. Scroll all the way down to the bottom once you hit the website. $17 a month. It gets you 4 extra tutorials every month. Depends on how the days of the week roll. Plus you get business classes and help you set up your Etsy shop, help you set up your business page, and hopefully make it to where that you have everything you need if you want to turn this into a part-time or full-time business. So.
And your website, again, once more, is?
KatsCreations, minus the fur, and then the letter N, and then the word more.com. So KatsCreationsNMore.com. Go to the bottom, and then you'll see sign up. You get benefits, you get discounts from our sign. We have 3 or 4 different sign vendors. We have a ribbon vendor. I'm working on getting some more.
From Perpetual Ribbon.
Yeah, so we have discounts that you get just by being a member to help you kind of save on your price of your stuff. And then that's it.
Yep.
Okay, everyone, well, have a great weekend. If I don't see you on Sunday night group, you're at Sunday at 5. And I will see you guys later. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.